I think one of the important things to remember is that fear is a natural response that we all have built into us. It's onboard equipment. It's hardwired right into us. In other words, God created us with the ability to sense fear for a lot of good reasons. I mean, think about this. A healthy sense of fear can keep you safe from a lot of pretty bad stuff out there. Have you ever had a time in your life when fear kept you safe from something really bad? I know I sure have. I remember one time when I was a teenager, and I was walking home from high school when this guy I knew slowed down and he asked me if I wanted to ride home with him. Now, normally, I wouldn't have passed on a ride home. That would have been awesome. But there was something about this guy that just scared me. He really just wasn't a good driver. He was always trying to show off and drive fast and all that stuff. So I said, no thanks. I feel like walking home today. And I'm really glad I did. He ended up rear-ending some guy on his way home that day. He wasn't hurt or anything, but who knows what would have happened if I'd have been in the car with him, right? I mean, fear can sometimes be a good thing. Our fear of burning ourselves keeps us from putting our hand on the burner of a hot stove. Our fear can keep us out of all sorts of trouble. But fear can also consume us. It can paralyze us. It can keep us from doing things that we were made to do. And I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but when I worked with students, I saw it firsthand many times. We would take kids on a team building experience and have them go through a high ropes course initiative together. And I can't tell you how many times I had to talk to one of my students and talk them through their fear of heights as they got up into those trees. Even though they were strapped in, they were perfectly safe, their fear of heights got the best of them, and they just froze up there. Sometimes fear can keep us from doing things that we should be doing. If you're struggling with fear over something, I would encourage you not to take it on alone. Talk to somebody about it. This gets fear outside of yourself and helps you deal with it. Talk to someone you trust. Let them know how you're feeling. In fact, when I'm afraid of something, the first thing I do is talk to God about my fear. I give it over to Him. That really helps me. Helps me understand my fear a little bit better, and being able to offload it onto God relieves me of a lot of my anxiety. Then I'm able to let someone else in on how I'm feeling, and they help me many times push into my fear and where it came from. And with God's help, most of the time I'm able to see it for what it really is and push right through it. So why don't you give it a shot? What do you really have to lose anyway?